here with Niel Vander from Grand Rapids, Michigan. And Niel, when were you born?
July 9th, 1949.
Where did you grow up?
Caledonia, Michigan.
When did you get drafted?
1969, September.
How did you feel when you got drafted?
Didn't bother me at all. I mean, I felt fine about it. It was fine.
When and where did you serve?
I served from September I went to basic training at Fort Knox, Kentucky. It was about an 8-week program. I left there and went to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri for my AIT training. That was another 8-week program, and I left there and went to a permanent duty station in Stuttgart, Germany. I got in Stuttgart, Germany maybe in about January of 1970 and spent the rest of my military time till about September of 71 in Stuttgart, Germany.
What branch did you serve in?
Army.
What were some of your specific jobs?
I only had one job the whole time I was in. When I was in Fort Leonard Wood, my MOS was 71 Hotel, which was clerk typist. When I got to Stuttgart, Germany, at my permanent duty station, I was the POL specialist on my post, which is petroleum, oil, and lubricants, which had control of all the fuel and tires and oil on my post.
What are some of your experiences, like some of your most memorable or favorite experiences?
Well, I don't know. I just think you'll learn how to get by. I think the service is good for anybody, even today. You know, young people need some guidance and some learning, and it was fine for me. I wouldn't change my life. If I had to do it over again, it was good for me. You know, you meet a lot of people that are your close friends for your time in the service, and most of the time you never see them again, but you have a lot of good times. I mean, you know, you don't have much, you don't earn much money, or when I was in, you didn't earn much money. So you're all in the same boat, but you figure out how to have fun and get by and get through it.
Do you have like a family, wife?
Yeah, I have a wife and 3 children.
Did you meet them while you were in the service?
Nope. I met my wife after I got out of the service here in Grand Rapids.
When or why did you leave the service?
I was drafted, and when my 2 years expired, I just decided not to re-enlist and stayed in civilian life.
Okay. And you already told us your feelings towards the service. How was your life any different after your time served?
I don't think so. You know, you never know. You know, if I hadn't went in the service, would my life have been different? Is that your question?
Yeah.
I don't know, because I can't predict the future. I don't think it made me more organized and more structured and things of that nature, but I was a young guy. I was 20 years old, I think, when I went in. And then as you grow older, you just don't know how life unfolds for you. So I don't think it changed anything. It might have been helpful to me to take some of that young kid out of you, and you learn how to live alone and take care of yourself. So from that standpoint, that's probably what was good for me.
Was basic training hard?
Yes.
What did you have to do in your basic training?
Oh, it was very difficult. A lot of physical training. When I was in, it was 40 years ago. You know, they couldn't beat you, so I'm not trying to tell you some sob story, but it was much tougher than what I understand it is today. Much more yelling, a lot of physical training every day for 8 weeks. And, you know, they're in your face, they're 30, 35, and the rest of us are young folks, so you kind of are a little bit fearful initially, and you learn to do what they tell you. or else, you know, you got to do the bad details that they can hand out for you. So that basic training was very difficult.
And what kind of weapons did you get trained
I
with?
had an M16, and that was the only weapon I was ever trained on. When I went in, they had just switched from the M14 to the M16. It was an automatic weapon. I was never in a war zone, so I only fired it, you know, for practice and to earn my, you know, my merit badges for service shooting. But mine was an M16.
Excellent. And I think that concludes our interview. So thank you for your time you served with us, and I appreciate the interview.
Not a problem. No.
Yeah.